children! New Mutants finally came out. The world may be on fire and Arya Stark might have died of old age waiting on this movie, but after 2 years in development hell, it is placed up against Bill and Ted's excellent aging. Let's dive in! New Mutants at its core was supposed to be a superhero horror movie. What a great idea! Toxic Avenger, coming soon. After extensive delays and reshoots to amp up the horror aspect. What was that? There were no reshoots? Well, fuck, I was really hoping John Hamm was gonna show up as Mr. Sinister and charm me into bed. Oh well, we still have Maisie Williams and Anya Taylor-Joy to do all the heavy lifting, which impressively aren't either of their mutations. They aren't blowing anyone away. Also not their powers. But they certainly are more worthy of our focus than our central protagonist. They are the sunspots of this movie, much to the dismay of Henry Zaga, who actually is Sunspot. But he isn't given much to do outside of kissing a charred corpse in a pool. Chlorine and barbecue special. And Jonathan Byers is here doing a southern accent. Okay. Our central protagonist is Blue Hunt as Danny Moonstar. She alright, but like, who cares? New Mutants doesn't delve deep into anyone, but especially with Danny is this noticeable. She's just like sort of afraid of CGI bear. It has something to do with a proverb echoed at the beginning and the end of the movie about 2 warring bears inside of you. Well, the 2 bears inside of me are doing cocaine and eating Cookie Crisp. They really should have given Maisie more to do than watch foreshadowing episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Although I do love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The biggest crime of this movie is the fact it isn't memorable. And all these complaints about whitewashing. The movie never fully committed to what it wanted to be. Scary X-Men Breakfast Club flying over the cuckoo's nest. Regardless of whether or not it's because they weren't able to do the reshoots they wanted to amp up the horror aspect. Even as a basic superhero movie, it still fails to break out of the pack. The horror elements are never fully realized, and by the time there is anything on screen, the movie immediately pulls back and just punches everything. Because remember, it's a superhero movie. Problem is, the camaraderie is only partially realized as well, because the villain is disingenuous and hollow, but also lacking any real malice. So you feel nothing towards her. It makes the rally feel unearned. The Doctor needed to be a complete monster from the beginning, or entirely believable as a caring and comforting Doctor. Then flip the switch. But just like at my execution, they failed. I think I'm most angry because this movie made me feel nothing, as opposed to disdain. Fact of the matter is, it didn't take any risks. This is one of the last Marvel movies we'll see that's not under the MCU banner. Venom and Morbius can fuck off because they're worthless. And they're trying to keep their connection to the MCU plausible. It blew its opportunity to show that superhero movies can branch out into the horror genre. And now we'll never fucking get one because no one's gonna take that risk again. Quick post-production side note. Good job on having the main character be in a same-sex relationship without it feeling heavy-handed or patting yourself on the back for doing so. A bright spot in an otherwise mediocre movie. Sorry about the rushed nature of this video, I'm trying to review new movies in a timely fashion. Also somewhere an executive's like, fuck, we should have done more with that pet dragon.